Good morning. My voice is clear. Can someone answer?
Yes, sir.
వినపడుతుందమ్మా?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So today, the last class we are discussed about one second. So impact on over sites in IT Act 2000 regarding digital signature. So the Ministry of Information and Technology had to urgently establish a task force to assist them in drafting of rules. So generally we discuss about in previous in India cybercrime, the people who are handling and who are the experts in this field. Now, for example, if you are climb the cyber crime, for example, you put a case, the people who are handling that, they have a very much knowledge about this technology. So we need to establish and we need to give some proper uh, uh, awareness of that tools and how to use the modern tools for this hacking. Everything they have to know. The task force consisted of experts in this field. Yes, that experts we need. Yes or no? So how the hacker is, how much is expert? The same way the person who want to know that the person who hacked, the person needs more expertise than that. So it is said to that now this blunder has been accompanied by more avoidable confusions. So the Information Technology Amendment Bill 2006 was drafted the basis recommendations of an expert committee. So the expert committee again in 2006 they passed a bill. Okay, the committee took into the consideration recommendations of technology community that and so already IT Act 2000 was established and they passed bill in 17th May 2000 and they after the next 5 years they had again reconsidered and they gone through that. So what are the weak points? Already we discussed, no, some of the weak areas are there in IT Act 2000. So to overcome that one, those who are handling these crime cases, they need more expertise. So for this expert committee, they are considered. So in what areas this expert committee is needed means the PKI, public key infrastructure based system, made a law made the law dependent on a single authentication technology, and there was need to make the law technology natural. So these are the things was mainly concentrated on again the 2006 bill. Okay, so and today's topic is information security planning and governance. Information security planning and governance. Strategic planning sets the long-term direction to be taken by the organization and each of its component parts. Strategic planning sets the long-term direction to be taken by the organization of each of its component part. Yes or no? For example, if you want to build a building, what they need basement is very strong. So before that, so how many floors we need to build? So based upon that, they have to take the basements like that. So the basic components. Same way here, if you want to develop any uh, uh, okay, so the strategic planning should guide the organizational effort and focuses the resources towards a specific and clearly defined the goals. Okay, so planning should be properly and they need to guide the organizational efforts and focus the resources towards a specific and clarity define the goals. So after an organization develops the general strategy, it generates the overall strategic plan by extending the general strategy on into a plan into a major dividends. అంతే కదా, ఒక్కోసారి మేబీ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ దే హ్యావ్ టు టేక్. ఐ థింక్ ఈ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ డెవలప్ అంతా మీరు ఆల్రెడీ పెమ్లో చదివి ఉంటారు మీరు. సో మేబీ రీథింకింగ్ అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రీస్ట్రక్చర్ ది ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ అకర్, అగైన్ దే హ్యావ్ టు make a committee and they need to organize it again. And when it is not said to be a proper planning for getting for goal, they need to make some reconsideration of thinking and all those things. These are the major strategic planning. So each level of each division then they translates those plan objectives into a more specific objectives for the level below. To execute this board strategy, the executive team must first define the individual responsibilities. So if maybe organization may have 10 teams కావచ్చు, లేదా 10 members కావచ్చు, whatever it may be. So single person in the organization so must know what is the goal of an organization, what are the rules and regulations are there, everything they have to know, and the execute this board strategy. Must and should they have to follow everyone, they must execute this one. The executive team is sometimes called in the organization's C level, as in CEO, and C levels and అన్ని CEO అన్నమాట. CEO కానీ, COO కానీ, CFO కానీ, CIO కానీ అండ్ సో ఆన్. అలాగా సి లెవెల్స్ అంటాం అనమాట. అంటే సితో స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి కదా, సి లెవెల్స్. CEO, CCO, COO and CFO and CIO and so on. So the executive team anamata. So they are going to be observed that whether proper strategic planning is applying or not, whether proper outcome is coming or not, whether these planning, whether it is reached to gain the objectives or not, gain the expected goal or not. Everything they are going to be observed this team. Okay. So what is this planning levels? So operational plan, the documented product of an operational planning, a plan for the organization intended to operational effort on day-to-day basis for the next several months. So the documented product of an operational planning for each organization intended to operational effect on day-to-day basis. Every day they have to check it, whether what is the today's effort and what is the today's outcome and what is today's objective and what we reached the goal or not. That is an operational planning, the action taken by management to specify a short-term goals and objectives of the organization in order to obtain a specified tackle goals. 1 second. Please read it 1 second. So the action taken by management to specify a short-term goals and objectives of the organization in order to obtain a specified tackle goals, followed by estimates and schedules for the execution, the allocation of resources necessary to achieve these goals and objectives. Okay, so operational planning, so the effort is taken by the management. For example, operational plan and jarigin tarvata the actions taken by the management. So every organization have a management, no? the management take an action and specify the short-term goals and objectives of the organizations in order to obtain a specific technical goals and followed by a estimate and schedule for the allocation of resources. And so for example, every product should need some resources, even if it is a computer product or in physical product, something we need some resources. Resource allocation is definitely need. So whether the resource allocation is properly or not, everything is going to be operational planning should be needed. So tactical planning. What is this tactical planning? The documented product of tactical planning. A plan for these organization intend to a tactical effect over the next few years. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక ఊహాగానం అంటాం కదా, సో అలాగా. సో అంటే ఓకే, ఈ విధంగా ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అంటే వాట్ విల్ బి ద నెక్స్ట్ 5 years. సో వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ప్రొవైడ్, సో వాట్ వీ నీడ్ టు రీచ్ ఆఫ్టర్ 5 years. మన జనరల్ గా అంటాం కదా, వాట్ యూ విల్ బి ఆఫ్టర్ 5 years అలాగా. So then tactical plan and tactical planning. The action taken by the management to specify the immediate goals and objectives of the organization in order to obtain a specific strategic goal followed by estimated and schedule for the allocation resource necessarily to achieve the goals and objectives. So ఒకటి before same plan and planning, operational plan and operational planning, and tactical plan and tactical planning. So what is this corporative governance? So the corporative governance execute the management responsibilities to provide the strategic direction, ensure the accomplishment of objectives, oversee that risk are appropriately managed, and validate responsible resources uses. So executive management మనం ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, in one stage everything is going to be monitored, the C levels are going to be seen. The executive management is responsible to provide the strategic direction to ensure the accomplishment of objectives. మన జనరల్ గా whether objectives are reached or the objective, what is the objective, based upon that objective whether you are reached the goal or not, everything they are going to be see. If there any risk, or see that the risk is appropriately managed or not, validate responsibility resources use. So correct ga jarugutunnaya leda anedi chudali. The governance, what is this governance means? The set of responsibilities and practices exercised by the board and executive management with the goal of providing strategic direction, ensure that objectives are achieved, assert training that risk are managed appropriately, verifying that enterprise resources are used responsibly. In between any problem is there, how they are going to be tackled, these risks are there, how it is going to be smoothly managed or not, whether decisions are taken properly or not, appropriate decisions, whether it is reached to the certain objective or not, certain goal or not. So these everything is going to be governance. సో జనరల్ గా మనం గవర్నెన్స్ అనేది మనకి గవర్నెన్స్ అనే వర్డ్ మనం కంప్యూటర్ స్టాండర్డ్ లో ప్రోటోకాల్ లో మాట్లాడుకుంటాం. సెట్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ గవర్నర్డ్ బై, అంటే ఏంటి సెట్ చేస్తాం, రూల్స్ ఆర్ ఫాలోడ్ సంథింగ్, దీస్ ఆర్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రాపర్లీ ఫాలోయింగ్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఎనీ రిస్క్ is coming, so based upon that risk the strategic planning is changing, and according to that based upon objective whether they are reaching the goal or not, everything they are going to be seen. Then another one is about information security governance. So here the three things are there: corporative governance and information security governance. The applications of the principles of corporative governance to the information security function. So the corporate governance is there, the first one. So based upon this information security, it is going to be function. So information security governance. So that is our main topic. That is main intention why this security governance came into a picture. According to the information technology governance, the institute, that is ITGI, information security governance include all the accountabilities and methods undertaken by the board of directors and executive management to provide. So according to Information Technology Governance Institute, ITGI, information security governance include. So why these came into a picture means, in order to follow some corporative governance, so definitely they need a functionality of information security governance. So we have one general AICT and we need approvals, no? Same. According to the Information Technology Governance Institute, information security governance includes all of the accountabilities. What is the meaning of accountability? I think you know very well in Telugu meaning that one. Okay, methods undertaken by the board of directors and executive management to provide. So what are the things they are going to be a deal under these information governance? Strategic direction, establishment of objectives, measurements of progress towards these objectives. So the workflow, whether it is following proper objective. And simple ga idi mana programming language lo cheppalante, for example, what is aim? According to aim, are you following the program or not? Any deviations are coming, that is the measurement of progress towards these objectives. Verification that risk management practice are appropriate. సో ఆ రిస్క్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఎలా ఉంది, అప్పుడప్పుడు మధ్య మధ్యలో చెక్ చేయటం అనమాట, రిస్క్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది. వ్యాలిడేట్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ అసెట్స్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ ప్రాపర్లీ ఆర్ నాట్. అసెట్స్ అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ద నీడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద రిసోర్సెస్ ఆఫ్ అన్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, ద అసెట్స్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ ప్రాపర్లీ ఆర్ నాట్. సో ఇచ్చిన ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కానీ ఇచ్చిన రిసోర్సెస్ కానీ ఆర్ దే ప్రాపర్లీ used or not. Everything they are going to be follow these information security governance. So what are the things? The management, the directors and executives management provide in the information security governance: strategic direction, establishment of objectives, measurement of progress towards these objectives, verification that risk management practice are appropriate, validation that the organization assets are used properly. So these are the responsibilities and functional role examples. For example, if the chief executive officer is there, CEO, for example, so the functional, what are the responsibilities are there for CEO? Oversee overall the corporate security position antam kada, that is accountable to board, and brief board, customers and public. So these are the responsibilities of chief executive, CEOs. Then another one, asset, what are the another responsibilities mean for chief security officer, chief information officer, chief risk officer, department agency head. So what are that? Set a security policy, procedure, program, training for company, respond to security breaches, that is investigate, migrate and litigate, responsible for independent annual audit coordination, implement the audit, enforce, assess the compliance. So these implement the audits, enforce and assessment compliance is going to be 2 levels. So these 4 members may have the responsibilities, and The middle level managers also responsible for these implement and audit or enforce or assessment complaints. So the middle level manager may have another responsibility is to communicate the policies, programs, that is the trainings need to conduct. So the last one is about enterprise staff or employees. So what are the staff or employees are going to implement policy, report the security vulnerabilities and breaches. They are going to be report that. So there is network weakness is there. There is the problem. There is leakage of data is going to be happen. Everything they have to intimate to the management. So these are the responsibilities and these are the functional role examples. Chief Executive Officer, Chief Security Officer, and Chief Information Officer, Chief Risk Officer, Department, Agency Head, and Middle Level Manager, and Enterprise Staff or employees. So information security policy and standards and practice. The next topic is about information security policy and standards and practices. Okay. Once again. Okay. So that is the next topic. So we will see this topic also in 10 minutes only this one. Okay. Information security policy. And we have in the previous we saw that information security governance. So these information security policies. So information security is there. So what are the policy standards and what we have to make for this practice? The management from all communicates of interest, including general staff, information technology, and information security must take policies the basis for the information security planning design by development. So must know this what is security planning. So the design and development, deployment, everything they have to know. Policies direct how issues should be addressed and how technology should be used. So what type of problem? So how to analyze? So if it is what type of issue is addressed and what type of technology used to solve that one. So the policies gives the direction. So for the first one, the policy standards and practice. The first one is policies. So what is the problem? So what are the various technology in order to solve that problem? So that is policies direction. And policies do not specify a proper operation of equipment or a software. This information should be placed in the standards. So here we are going to be analysis. What are the policies are there means what based upon this problem, this is the solution. This problem, this is the solution. That only they are going to be. It is not by specific a proper operation of equipment or a software. This information should be placed in the standards, procedures, and practice of user manuals and the system documentation. In addition, policy should be never contradict law. Policy must be able to stand up in court if challenged. And if court lo gani cases this policy అంటే ఈ విధంగా ఇది ఉంది దీనికి ఇది అని మనము చెప్పుకోవడానికి these policies should be useful. Okay, policy must be able to stand up in the court if it is challenged, and policy must be properly administered through the documented acceptance. Otherwise, an organization leaves itself. So the policy should not be followed. That is, security policy should not be properly followed. మనకి ఇది సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఎలా అంటే మనకి ఏదన్నా ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ కొన్నప్పుడు పైన రాస్తారు కదా డూస్ అండ్ డూ నాట్ అని, ఏం చెయ్యాలి ఏం చేయకూడదు అనేది. సో ఇది ఏం చెయ్యాలి అనే దానికి పాలసీస్ అన్నమాట. సో వెన్ సంథింగ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాబ్లం, ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం అక్కడ అయినప్పుడు అలా చేసినప్పుడు, సో ఆల్రెడీ వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ పాలసీస్, ఇలా చేయాలి ఇలానే ఉంటది అని మన పాలసీస్ పెట్టుకున్నప్పుడు, ఇఫ్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ క్రాస్ పాలసీస్ ని మిస్యూజ్ చేశారనుకోండి, అదే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సంథింగ్ మిస్యూజ్ హ్యాపెండ్, so whether they followed the policy or not, through the policy only they done or not, when they are going to be claimed the case. So when these policies should shown in the court as a proof. So I think you know these de facto and de jure. Anyone remember these de facto standards and de jure standard? Where you heard this one? I think I'm 3-1 or 3-2 learn. Have you heard these words de facto and de jure standard? Please anyone respond if you know or not. Networks చదువుకునేటప్పుడు నెట్వర్క్ స్టాండర్డ్ లో మాట్లాడుకోండి, de facto and de jure, the standards. So see that what is the de facto standard? A standard that has been widely adopted or accepted by a public group rather than the formal standard organization. So this is a government standards anamata. So contract with de jure standards. What is de jure standard means? A standard that has been formally evaluated, approved and ratified by a formal standard organization contracts with the de facto standards. So de facto standards, de jure standards, one edaina organization should approves all those things anamata. So this is a network standards anamata. First starting lo మీ నేర్చుకుంటారు కంప్యూటర్ నెట్వర్క్స్ లో వస్తాయి de facto and de jure standards. So guidelines with the context of information security, a set of recommended actions to assist an organizational stakeholder in complying with policy. With the context of information security, a set of recommendation action to assist the organization stakeholder. So how we need to take the stakeholders, how we need to organize means how we need to manage, assist means how we need to give the guidance to them to follow these standards. The information security policy, a set of rules that protect an organization information assets. Information security policy means a set of rules that protect the organization and information assets. What is a policy? Policy means a set of principles of forces, action from an organization, a senior management intended to guide the decisions, action and duties of constitutes practices within the constant of information security. Exemplary actions an organization identifies as ideal and seeks to emulate. These actions are typically employed by other organizations. So these are the policies, standards and guidelines and procedures. What are the policies? So see that procedures, guidelines, standards and policies. So practice, industry, government and regulations, employer, explore and influenced by the organization documents. So procedures and step by step instructions for compliance, guidelines, recommendations for compliance, standards, detailed minimum specification for compliance, policies sanctioned by the management. So these are the standard. This is a rubrics we have for these policy, standard, guidelines and procedure for this. Okay, information security policy. What is the standards and practices now? So these are the The enterprise information security policy. So if consider any enterprise, what is it? Enterprise information security policy, that is EISP, is a high level security policy that is based on a directly supported the mission and vision and directions of organization and set the strategic directions, scope and tone for the all security efforts. What is this mission, vision and direction of the what is the mission and vision? Have you heard these words, mission and vision? Anyone heard these words? Have you seen these words in anywhere in a department? Have you heard anywhere or have you saw anywhere in this vision and mission? So what is a vision and mission? So any organization, everything, if definitely they have some aim towards to achieve the goals. So if you see, if you when you come back to college, when you go to department, see we have vision and mission. Or else you can enter into the college. You can see in our college website, we have some vision and mission. So every organization, this is educational institution, we have some mission and vision towards to make the students to better. So what is how they train, ఎలా ట్రైన్ చేయాలి, మిమ్మల్ని ఎలాగ తీసుకోవాలి, what is the vision and mission, the direction of operations to set the strategic direction, scope and the tone for all security efforts. An enterprise information security policy is also known as general security policy, organizational security policy, IT security policy or information security policy. సో జనరల్ గా ఏమంటే ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ, మామూలుగా జనరల్ సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ అని కానీ, సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ అని కానీ, ఆర్గనైజేషన్ సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ అని, ఐటీ సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ అని కానీ, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ సెక్యూరిటీ పాలసీ అని కానీ, ఇలాగా ఇన్ వేరియస్ వేస్ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కాల్డ్ దిస్ security. An enterprise information security policy is an executive level document usually drafted by or in cooperations with the organization's chief information officer, so that is a CIO. The policy is usually 2 to 10 pages long and shape the physiology of security in IT environment. The enterprise information security policy usually need to be modified only when there is a changes in the strategic direction of the organization. So if any changes is happened, e plan, for example, simple ga cheppalante, if for example one particular course is there, when we need to modify edaina some unit edaina madina, automatic the objectives and goals ane maartayi kada. Same way the information security planning also should be modified when the strategic direction is changed. So something new technology are included, something new plannings are included, then based upon that planning they have to see the changes and based upon that they are going to be changed. Then issues with specific security policy. Issues with the security policies, that is ISSP, is commonly referred to as a fair and responsible use policy. A policy is designed to control constituent use of particular resources, assets or activity and provided to support the organization's goals and objectives. So everything should be depend upon the organization goals and objectives only. Whether objectives are properly defined, so based upon that objectives the resources are properly used. If the resources are properly used, whether these planning is reaches the appropriate goals or not, everything these the way these security policies will talk about. As an organization supports routine operations by executing various technologies and processes, it must be instruct the employees on their proper use, how to use. So the must explain to these employees. In general, the issue specific security strategy of purpose awareness the questions. For example, they make awareness. What is the policy for? So what for this and how it is used. Generally, we in the starting of what is the policy and so what is addressed, what the issue is addressed, and what action, what is the proper technology we need to use. That is a policy. So these questions, what is a policy and what to use. So these awareness should be known by the every employee. So provide the framework to help the readers to understand the intent of the document. The document will identify the elements of a good security policy, explain the need for the information security, specify the various categories of information security, identify the information security responsibilities and roles, identify the appropriate levels of security through the standard and guidelines. So these are these things we need to discuss. So that was the end of our topic. So we will see the next thing. Do you have any doubts so far regarding this information security?